Welcome to the city. Look in the city.
Man, life's short. Go harder than you did last year.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
Shout out to New York, man, for coming all the way out here, man, giving y'all this dope concept with my brother. That's right, man. New York in your city, man.
I'm out here with my boy in New York, man. We still got to do that live.
Yes.
On the live podcast.
Well, this is what we're going to do, y'all. Breaking news. I'm coming to Chicago to do it at his spot with all his bitch.
For sure. Let's do it. I got you.
Ladies and gentlemen, fasten your seatbelts, but rev your damn engines at the same damn time. We're about to make it bust.
Okay.
When we going to get on the Harley? Because I remember when you got the Harley, I'm going to show what they want. Y'all, please smash the like button. If you have not shared this live, please share the like.
Foreign goes hard. Stand up, shut the gang. New York in your city.
All right, so tonight I'm doing a podcast with New York in your city.
Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl Bucket.
Y'all got to tune in tonight at 7 p.m., man. New York.
Boy, New York in your city, man.
Oh, wow. For those who don't know.
Like, it's mutual.
New York in your city.
What's going on, everybody? It's Lenny Logic, host of the Stand On It podcast.
Hey, man,
New York in your city, man. Make sure y'all go to the baddest podcast out, man. Cars, Ladies Night, which I will be hosting soon for the second time. I'm going to do it with my damn shirt off this time for the ladies.
New York in your city. New York in your city.
New York in your city. New York in your city.
New York in your city. New York in your city. New York in your city. Showtime.
Yes, it is showtime. Welcome to the City Live Podcast. I'm your host of Real New York, the Godfather Legend, the plug that connects in the building. DJ, drop the bomb, buddy. I know y'all been messaging me like, what's going on? I ain't seen you. You know what you're doing back to back to back to back. What's going on? We're revamping some things. We changed some things up. Trust me, you're going to love what we get ready to bring for the summer. I'm getting ready to kick off the summer series. You already know I'm on tour for May. And most of the summer, really, we've been a little bit everywhere, and we got more places to go, a whole lot more places to go. Before y'all get comfortable in here, please smash the like button here on YouTube. For my folks that's on Facebook, please hit the heart button. For my folks that's on World Media, please hit the appropriate button. Yes, we are now live on Facebook. Now we're live on Facebook, World Media. Shout out to y'all in the building. For some reason, all the comments are not coming up. I don't know why, but all the comments are not coming up. And yes, my guest is here in the building. For those that don't know who she is, you're going to know who she is today. I'm kicking off a series of giving people their flowers, accolades just due, and our guest tonight is kicking off their series. Hit the button. She didn't know it until I told her, she said, I didn't know what to expect. I said, that's what we're doing. And she was kind of shocked and surprised. And I told her why. And we're going to bring her in here in a minute. But let's shout out a few people that's in here. In the meantime, between time, y'all, please smash the like. I can't stress that enough. DJ, hit the button. Let's go. Building, I see in the building. Shout out to Kick with Alvin. Y'all heard what he said. Said please smash the like button. All the rest of the comments got stuck. Okay, I know people gonna come in slow because I just got my own notification. Everybody's notification is slow. But I will say this: thanks to everybody that has been purchasing a lot of the merch on New York City website on the Shopify store. I definitely appreciate that. I have a review coming up. I'm gonna try to do it this week, and you know what? Let's do it this week, DJ. Let's do it this week and do it live on the podcast. I got a handful of items that I'm going to show that I have for myself, and to let people know, because sometimes people want to see everything, in the real time. So I'm gonna definitely bring it through. And shout out to everybody who's already bought a few things. I definitely appreciate y'all. Definitely appreciate y'all. But in the meantime, between time, let me go ahead and bring my guest on. Do not want to keep her waiting. Y'all, for folks that do not know, that haven't paid attention to what I posted or haven't even clicked on our page yet, you'll make sure you do that. In the description, you will see her link to Instagram description. Yes, she is casting director for Family Feud Canada and also for Black Ink New York. I am honored that she took time out of her busy schedule to come on here. And today, like I said, today we are giving her flowers, her accolades, her just do right now, because she's behind the scenes doing a daggone thing. What's up, cool gang? What's up, Cuzzo? I see you in the building. Salute. So without further ado, let me bring her in. Y'all, please welcome Donnie Alley, a.k.a., and I mean she is better known as the Casting Don in the building. DJ, go ahead and hit the button. Bring her on in. Bring her on in quickly. Hit the button. Welcome to the live podcast. Welcome.
I feel so welcome. Thank you for my flowers in advance.
Hey, you deserve them. You deserve them because, like I said, you out here doing that kind of thing. And to my other cousin that's messaging on IG, we're not doing that tonight. Tonight is not New York in your city hookup. It is not that tonight.
Oh my God!
And no, she is not dating me, so don't even start with that either. She's on here to enjoy herself.
I am single. I am a single, working hard woman. But I did want to quickly address that right now I am working on Family Feud Canada. Last year, I worked on a Black Ink crew, not as a casting director, but as a field producer. So that meant I worked really closely with a lot of the main cast members, and I was their producer.
Hey, but that's what's up. Give me a hand. So I don't know which one you want to start with first, because I was going to start with, like I told you off camera, how you got your start before we even got to Family Feud, before we even got to Black Ink.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, let's go.
All right. So it all started back in Toronto. I have many homes, but Toronto is where I was born and raised. I always knew that I was kind of the type of person who wanted to be in TV in some capacity. And I always thought it was going to be more so in front of the camera as like a host or a reporter. And I did a little bit of that earlier on in my career. So I graduated from York University and Seneca College in Toronto. I studied communications and television broadcasting. And then very early on in my career, I actually worked for a community television station called Rogers TV. And I went from a volunteer to hosting my own show. So I was a host, I was a reporter, and I worked on a bunch of different shows, pitching different ideas and concepts and different segments. Got my feet a little wet, and then suddenly one day I just kind of went in the studio and I saw an editor like working back, behind the scenes. And I kind of was exposed to like the producers and seeing them like assemble like shows and, pitch things as well. And I kind of just had like an aha moment where I was just like, you know what, being in front of the camera is what I thought I wanted. But in all actuality, I was actually more interested in just gaining more creative control. Like instead of just being the person in front of the camera and kind of being assigned to things, I wanted to have that power to like decide what goes on TV, who's on TV. So I thought there was something so powerful about that. So I was like, I need to figure out how I'm going to do that, because I kind of been there, done that with the host reporter thing. So yeah, I did a little bit more schooling, and then I landed an internship. My first internship was at the Canadian version of Shark Tank, which is actually called Dragon's Den in Canada. And I guess to everyone who's not familiar with Dragon's Den, it's actually the same exact format. They're a licensed property of Sony, so they, exact same format, and it exists in different countries as well. But in Canada, it's called Dragon's Den. So I worked my way up from an intern to a production assistant to a coordinator to eventually an associate producer. And I did that for about like 5 or 6 seasons. And then Family Feud came to Canada about 4 years ago. And I applied as a casting producer. I got the job. been on the show since season 1. So in season 1 and season 2, I was a casting producer. And then season 3, I got promoted to a supervising producer. So I kind of direct and manage the team of casting producers that cast the show.
That's what's up. So in other words, I need to go ahead and hire you to direct and cast my next intro. That's what I need to do.
Yeah. And then, I mean, that's the Canadian side of things. So once I'm still doing Family Feud Canada right now. But last year, I actually moved from Toronto to New York, specifically Flatbush in Brooklyn.
Oh, BK?
Yeah. Shout out Brooklyn. Had a really good time, and had a really incredible opportunity to work on a reality television show called Black and Crew New York, which you probably are familiar with.
Oh,
and
very.
Worked very closely with a lot of the main cast members, and it was definitely an unforgettable experience.
Oh, that's what's up. And I know more people from the U.S. that are watching. I know you're more familiar with that. But all of your accomplishments, wow. Yeah, DJ, hit the button. Get a tank.
You.
And not only that, y'all, she is hardworking. The grind is strong. I've been watching from afar, especially I was like, I know her from somewhere. Where I know her from? Shout out to my boy that was hitting me up, and he was like, yeah, she does this, does that. Blah, blah, this, blah. I said, that's where I know her from. I said, well, let me make sure I send a message out and get her on the show. And like I said, thank you again for coming through the show. No, y'all's not the end. I'm still thanking her for taking time out of my busy schedule. So with everything that you've been doing, I know it's one of those dream ones that's on your list that you want to do, one of those dream shows you want to do, or movies. What is one that you say, you know what, I want to work with this person, I want to do this?
That's such a good question. I think someone I've always wanted to work with was Oprah Winfrey. She was someone that I really looked up to growing up, and her ability to just navigate through such really rich interviews, and she's an icon. So I think working with her in some capacity on the OWN network, yeah, I think that would just be like a really oh my gosh,
oh my God.
Yeah. But other than that, I mean, some other things that have been on the list, for fun, I would love to see what it's like to work on Hot Ones.
Wow.
That
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I personally think that I would destroy the Hot Ones challenge. But I just think that working on something like that would be so dope. Yeah, I'm a fan.
Hot Ones, wow. I would never expected that one. For folks that don't know what Hot Ones is, can you please explain what the Hot Ones challenge is? Some people mention me Hot Ones with question marks.
Oh yeah, so it's one of those shows that started and still remains on YouTube, and hosted by Sean Evans, and he basically brings out A-list, really big celebrities on his show, and there's a plate of wings, and each wing is accompanied by its respective hot sauce that it's doused in. So you start easy, and it progressively gets even more challenging with spicier. This spice is measured in units called Scoville. So the further you go down the line, the higher the Scoville is, and I think what's really smart about it is as the wings get spicier and more challenging to eat, his interview questions get deeper, and they require you to really use you really think, and it's that contrast, because you're out here sweating buckets and huffing and puffing and having basically struggling to eat the spicy wings, while this guy's asking you these serious like thought-provoking interview questions. So it's so interesting to see their reactions and like, you know, who can make it, who can't make it. But yeah, like there've been some really big names on that show.
There have been. And shout out to them because it is still on YouTube. And yeah, they go through some eating some I can't do hot, but I've seen that and asking tough questions at the same time.
Yeah, I just such a simple, what I admire about it is that it's such a simple concept, but it's so effective. It's so entertaining. And I really admire his interviewing skills because if you pay attention, he like really does his research when it comes to the questions he asks. Cause like you often learn a lot about these people. So I'm just like, I always respect someone who does their research. But outside of that, some other goals, I'm really into sports. So I think working with the NBA or the NFL in some capacity would be something that I really want to get into. I had such an, blessed opportunity to work for NBA All-Star Weekend earlier this year. And it was my first contract with the NBA. And that was pretty iconic. So now that I have a sneak peek of what it's like to work for them, I definitely want more of that.
That is what's up.
I have a lot of goals. Also, the music industry is like another one. I can go with my goals. I feel like there's so much to do.
Well, look, this is what it is. We're gonna go ahead and send it to the atmosphere and speak that into existence for everything that you want to do. And for folks that are watching, please smash the like button and please make sure you take a chance. And for a minute, look in the description. You will see her Instagram. Go follow the journey. We want to make sure that she gets there and send her as much help as we can to get her there. And for anybody that's watching that knows somebody, put out the word. We want to try to get her there. That part right there. My face is frozen. I don't know what happened. It was frozen for a second. Then it just went to moving.
You're moving. I can see you.
Okay. If everybody can hear me, just give me a thumbs up. I don't know what happened. It went for a pause for a minute, then it went back to this. I don't know what happened, but I was here the whole time. Anyway, for folks coming in, I see y'all coming in the build. What up, Battleman? What up, ZTRD? Shout out to everybody on World Media also coming in. Please smash the like button. Y'all coming in the building. Please smash the like button. Share this live. Let them know the cast and Don is in the building. So, what's been the toughest struggle with everything? Because when you're trying to climb up the ladder and everything and doing what you've been doing, for anybody else that's out here, especially the ladies that's out here that's trying to do it, what's been one of the things that have been the toughest struggle?
Toughest struggles. Well, the industry is very cutthroat. And if, not everyone works this permanent contract. It's kind of rare to have that in the TV industry. So a lot of what I do is freelance. So I contract my services out to production companies and I work with them on a freelance basis. So that means I'm not really like on, I don't want to say like payroll, like, how you work for a company and like you get benefits and like vacation days and all that stuff. It doesn't really work like that when you're freelance. Like you basically charge a rate and it is what it is. Like you got a contract, a start and end date. And when you're not working on a project, you have to grind and hustle and work on something else and try to find something else. So I think I've been very blessed with the opportunity to work a lot because I'm a type of person who I can't sit still. So I have to be, working and luckily like finding work has been good, but there has definitely been times where like it's just so unpredictable and like you can be off for a couple months just kind of not knowing what's next. But How I've just kind of navigated through it is just kind of like you don't really have time to like make excuses or like feel away. Like you just have to grind and keep putting your name out there, and yeah, like you just got to hustle. So that's one. The other challenging thing, recently has been the pandemic, of course.
Right.
Not to bring it up because I hate kind of talking about it, but that definitely like transformed the industry that we were in. Like everything, production was just put to a pause. And, in terms of the show, like I actually had to figure out a way to cast the show because we were doing it in person on Family Feud Canada. So when the pandemic happened, we couldn't do that. There was no travel. You couldn't meet people in person. Right. So I basically created the blueprint on, casting people virtually. So that was definitely like a plot twist and a really big challenge I had to like overcome and like figure out. But you do it. You just have to adapt and overcome and just kind of keep it moving. Like this industry we work in just moves way too quickly, and you can plan, the heck out of like a shoot or, a season, but it's never going to be like the way that you plan. Like there's always going to be things coming your way, and you just have to like be very resourceful and just find a solution, keep it moving. And like I said, there's no time to like complain or, feel away. You just gotta, it's like survival mode. You just gotta keep it moving.
Right. I know it's like that when I did bodyguard service too. You was on a contract. Once that was up, unless you got on something else. And sometimes I had things that were overlapping just to keep things going. And for anybody that's trying to get in the industry she's in, take that advice. Take the advice that she's given. It would definitely help you out in the long.
A person who needs job security and like needs to know that like, at the end of the day, like you have a 9-to-5 job and you clock in and clock out at these hours. Like that's definitely not what TV is like. It's not no 9-to-5. Like it's not. Job security is kind of what you make it to be. Like you have to, go out and make the connections. You have to network. You have to ensure every single job that you're working on, no matter how big or small, that you are putting your best foot forward at all times. Because if not, you can get cut in an instant. There's always, hundreds of other people who want to be where you want to be. So you always, whenever I show up to work, I always remember that, it's hundreds of people out there who can be here. And if I'm slacking and I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing, then it could be game over for me. So I always show up to work like it's my first day of work every day.
And that's the best way to do it. Man, y'all, message. Y'all, for folks that just aren't coming in, please smash the like button on this platform and on Worldwide Media's Facebook. Please hit the heart button. And to Worldwide Media's regular page, please hit the heart button. Shout out to Casting Down in the building. Hit the button. So being that you having to grind and work so hard just to keep everything just going, and acting like it's your first day, which is always the best advice to give to anybody trying to get in the industry. What would you say the greatest thing in being in the industry? Would you say maybe the connections that were made?
Yeah, I mean, connections and meeting people, it's always going to be there. And that's why you never judge a book by its cover. You treat everyone with respect, no matter what their position is. You can't really have an ego in this industry. You got to, leave all that at the door and, treat everyone with respect, whether it's someone who's just an assistant, or a coordinator or, senior producer, executive producer. I don't really see titles. I just see people, and I just know that people need to be respected. So you just never know, the one person that you can be working for that could be working beneath you.
Mm-hmm.
The time you're working on a production, they might be in a promoted position type of thing. So if you kind of gave someone a hard time on one production and then you kind of circle back on another, then, it's not going to be a good look. So I feel like it's really important to just be cognizant of the fact that you always have to treat people with respect, and it's a team at the end of the day. It's not one person who makes a production, it's a team. And that's in front of the camera or behind the camera, talent, production, all that.
Rick especially treat everybody equal, because you just never know where that person may be or end up, and they end up doing something big, and they look back and say, I remember her or him, and it was good to me, or it was bad to me, and the next thing you know,
you never so surprised as to how small the industry is. So if you burn one bridge, it's not just one bridge you're burning, it's probably going to be 20 to 30, because 6 degrees of separation, everyone knows someone. You're trying to work on another production, they see a name, they're like, oh, you worked on this, I know so and so who worked on this as well. So they can kind of do a background check on you without you necessarily giving references. So you always have to be smart, never burn bridges, and always make sure that you're, giving it your all and making the best impression possible.
That's totally right. Hey, shout out to Captain Donk for giving some of the best advice. I hope y'all taking notes out here. Hope y'all taking notes. So I know tonight I didn't want it to be a long, I don't even want to call this interview, y'all. I want to start a whole new segment for those that just not getting in here, of giving just due accolades and their flowers now. And I started off with Donnie just going ahead and giving her flowers, because she's out here really working hard, and a lot of people that are watching don't get a chance to see her because she's behind the scenes. But just know, when you watch Family Feud in Canada, and for those that have watched Black Ink in New York, let them know that just to be known, she's behind the scenes making things happen to bring it to the light so y'all can see how it is. Especially being when the pandemic hit, you came up with that whole blueprint that really, really, really helped keep everything going.
Yeah. I mean, I appreciate you. But it was not just me, it was a whole team. A lot of people don't understand the amount of work that it takes to actually produce a show. It's the producers and it's the talent, but it's more than that. You have the editors, you have audio, you have lighting, you have production assistants, the executives, grips, and I don't want to, I can keep going all day, I don't want to exclude anyone, but there's some productions can easily have a couple hundred people working on the show. So shout out to Family Feud Canada and Black Ink Crew New York as well, because there were some pretty incredible teams behind those productions.
Well, shout out to both crews. That's what I'm gonna say, because I don't know everybody in all the crews. And if I start naming a couple that I do know, they're like, you forgot about me. So shout out to everybody on both crews for making things happen. Shout out to our guests for making things happen as well. Y'all make sure y'all definitely go check out her link. It's in the description. Please go check out her Instagram. Follow her movement. Follow everything that she's doing and support. Please send much support that way. I just got hit. You missed all the important parts. We're going to get into announcements real quick, and then we're going to go to a segment I call Help Me Help You, bro. I don't know who it is. Somebody messaged me a long message. I can't read all that right this minute, but I will get to the second. Y'all, please smash the like before folks get in the building. Please smash the like button. Now, one of them is Casting Donis in the building. Do you have 5 more minutes?
Yeah, absolutely. Happy to if anyone has questions about just getting into the industry or just how to get cast on shows or tips, I'm happy to, speak to that as well.
Okay, and that was one of the things that I was just going to say. She took words out of my mouth. So, y'all, for the next 5 minutes, anybody that got any questions, I'm going to announcements, and any questions that come up, I'll make sure to read them out and put them on the screen for those that send me messages to Instagram, and the ones I see on media, I'll just read along as y'all put them up there. But in the meantime, y'all please press the appropriate button to follow this Okay, bro. I'll answer in a minute. To follow this whole program and also to make sure that y'all are supporting her as well. Link is in the description. Let me pull this up real quick. Now I can't see because the camera's in the way. Look this way, this way. Okay, y'all. I know I've been announcing a lot of the car shows that were going on, and somebody hit me up and said, I don't know anything that's going on, but besides seeing on the internet, which ones are the ones to go to? Which ones are you attending? I was like, well, I'm gonna be a little bit of everywhere this year, not just car shows. I'm going to some other events I can't speak on yet, but trust me, when I'm able to speak on them, I will let y'all know all about it. It's not just car shows this season. I'm gonna just give you one clue. Casting. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. I got invited to something that it's in the works. Not set in stone yet. As soon as it's set in stone, I will let y'all know about it and what's going on and when all that will let me film during that time. But in the meantime, let me announce some of these car shows that are going on. Shout out to Roast Reese is hosting this event, King of the Streets, Custom Car and Bike Show going down August 12th. August the 12th. This is going down. Man, this is big right here. This is big right here. I mean, totally big right here. This going down in Lansing, Michigan. I actually got asked to go to the show, and I said I got to see what my dates are for August because I started looking to see all I had, but they was like, "Yo, Stunner going to be there." I said, "Okay." So let me see what I can do to try to make it out there. But shout out to everybody in the building. Y'all please smash the like. Well, this is going down in Lansing, Michigan on August the 12th, hosted by Kidman himself. Go next one, please. Shout out my guy, Bed 392. He got his event going on coming up. Actually, next weekend is coming up. Keys to the City Part 3, special guest Jody Breeze. And Jody Breeze will not be there just on Saturday. He will be there the entire weekend. This is Friday night. City of Lights is going from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. And then Saturday, he has the show going on Saturday. That goes on from, I want to say, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. I will have more details about this. Shout out to my guy, Bled 392. He will be in the building next week. Next week, he'll be in the building to talk about this event. He'll be in the building. DJ, hit the hand clap. Go to next, please. Shot-Time Show and Go 6, July 22nd is going down. Yes, from my understanding, Donk Master Blue Stock will be in the building for this event. I'm planning to be in the building for this event. July 22nd is going down right there, Union Grove at the Great Lakes Dragway. It's going down. Shout out to Tiffany Renee in the building. I see. Shout out to Ms. Lee in the building. Shout out to ZTRD and Battle Man in the building. Let's keep going. Go next, please. VIP Rooftop Car Show and Day Party is going on. Shout out to my bro, Son Reese. He's hosting this event on several days. Let me repeat that again. On several days. June 18th, July 23rd, August 6th, and September 10th. Yes, I'm going to repeat it again.
Oh, my God.
June 18th, July 23rd, August 6th, September 4th. So you got 4 times to go to this event, the rooftop event. I plan on trying to make one of these. Yes, this is on a Sunday. I'm trying to make at least 2 of these. Possibly 3, but at least 2 I'll make this year, and I'll let y'all know which one. Right now, I think July 23rd and September 10th, I think I'll make. Indefinitely. But we'll see about the others. Did you go next, please? Shout out my guy Trav, Black Silver Surfer. He has his event. This is the after party event that's going on, all white party, going down June 10th, 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. And yes, dress code strictly enforced. It's an all white party. Make sure for those that are going on June 10th, it's going down in North Carolina. I think that's North Carolina to be exact. Make sure y'all go out there and have a good time, especially after you leave his show that goes on early that day. Go next, please. And also, it's $10 at the door. Shout out my homegirl, Donald Flavors. Yes, the official drinks in New York City. I don't know if I need to hit up because I needed some drinks to go out of town. I'll have to hit up tomorrow. But shout out Donald Flavors. She got it going on. And yes, she has different specials going on. The specials change from week to week. Make sure y'all go follow Donald Flavors on Instagram and on Facebook and see what she got going on. Shout out to girl Donald Flavors. Man, hit the button for next, please. Shout out my guy Street Risk. His mega show is going on June the 4th. I plan on circling through this event before I get ready to come back home. We're going to be right there in Atlanta. Yes, this is going on in Atlanta Mall Speedway is going on. Take a breath. Let's keep going. Midwest Fest 7, September 23rd. I'll be at this event in Indianapolis. I'm not missing this event. I will be there in Indy. I will be there. Shout out to Shane Mack and the whole crew. We're going there. I'll have the official fly coming up because they're going to have some Friday and some all day Saturday and Saturday night. I'll be able to talk all about it as time goes along. Next one, please. Say the date, Memorial Day weekend. Shout out my guy, Big Sell. Fast Haulers Only in Tampa United Biker Jamboree. This is going down Memorial Day weekend. I will be there the entire time. I'll be there. I got some big interviews going during that time. When I get close to time, I'll tell you all about them. For those that already know it's close to me, shh, tell nobody. Shh, tell nobody. But I do have some big things going on, and we'll be able to talk all about it coming up here real soon. Mark your calendars. And also, tickets are still available. The next one, please. Texas Wit Fest, June 10th, 2K23. Yes, the truck and Miss Lady, she's standing, will be there. This is on June 10th. I know I won't be there that week because I got a mandatory that weekend on MC. But for those that are going, please make sure you drink plenty of water because this is Texas and it will be hot.
Oh my God!
Please make sure you drink plenty of water. Let's keep going. Oh, no. DJ, go back. What's this one? Yes, this is going down. Rick Ross Car Show at the Promised Land, 2nd annual. And yes, I will be in the building June 3rd, Saturday, June 3rd. I will be in the building for this event right here. Tickets are still on sale. Please make sure you get your tickets. When you come out there, please act accordingly, and I will see y'all out during that time. Jen said cakes. Tip, I forgot about that. Cakes. But yeah, we'll be at during that time. Go next, please. Shout out to everybody supporting New York City Live Podcast. For those that missed it, actually, I didn't say it yet. Let's say, I'm going to go ahead and announce it real quick. I do have Shopify store open. People ask about certain merchandise. I have it on hand, but it's for me. I'm sorry, y'all. It's for me. I know. I'm sorry.
No. No.
Bruh. But you can get on the website, but I'm going to show it here live. The next live I do, I'm going to start off the whole live doing a revealing and showing everything that I have that I bought for myself. Yes, I bought it. Wouldn't give it to me. And I'm going to show every bit of it and be like, this is what it looks like. This is what it is. The type of material it is, so y'all get to know exactly what it is. You go to Shopify store, go ahead and grab you something. I'm telling you, everything on this excellent. I love it. Y'all bought my past merch. The merch on here, beat. That's all I got to say. It got everything else beat. No offense to all my other merch that I came out with. It was hot too, but this right here is on a whole nother level. So I got to say, a whole nother level, and it's worth it. Keep going. Shout out to Service Garage. Make sure y'all check them out. Real Car Girls Matter. They got a couple car shows coming up too that I will be trying to attend during that time. I know one of them they had, and I was like, oh, that's the same day I got this on, but they got one for Juneteenth. See if I can slide up there real quick to go see them and be moved. But make sure y'all go check them out. Like I said, they doing the daggone thing. Next one, please. Last but not least, I know I talked about his after party show. This is the show before the after party. Kick off the summer car show going down June 10th. Blade 392 will be in the building. Bro Stoners will be in the building. Also, NASCAR Nitty will be in the building during this time. So please make sure y'all go check it out. Make sure y'all go check it out. Shout out to my folks that's in SC and NC. Please go check it out. And yes, I announce every show that's going on. I'm going to start recording these, though, because I'll be doing a lot of talking. But anyway, I have a segment called Help Me Help You. We try to help many people as possible. We cannot help everybody, but we try to help many people as possible. And maybe you can help me, especially with this one right here. I came across this, and I forgot I had it, and I've had this for a little while. And it's the perfect time to, well, I'm going to have to only play bits and pieces because I don't want nobody to come after me and say, New York, no, I'm not still, we're doing a review. What are we doing? Steve, please let it pass. I'm beginning a review. Family Feud, let it pass. We're giving a review. But I know when you're doing Family Feud and while you're doing it, you've heard of some of the craziest answers to some of the craziest questions. I was trying to find one from Canada, but the ones I was finding, I said, no, it's not as funny as this one. I was trying to find some just as funny, but I figured I would play this one and maybe you could help me out. Yes? No?
Mm-hmm. Sure.
All right.
Thought you were going to play it. I was like waiting to hear something.
Oh, I'm going to play it. I just want to make sure you're ready before I play it.
I stay ready.
Oh, yeah, she said she stay ready. Hey, drop bomb on that. Shout out to everybody in the building. Shout out to you, Cam. If I see you in the building, y'all here right on time. And please smash the like button. I didn't even know you was on. I didn't get no. I don't know why it's not putting out notification. I got my notification after I was on 20 minutes. I don't know why, but I'm glad you're here. You can go back and watch the rest, but stay right here for right now. All right, let's go ahead and play it. DJ the button. Let's go. Let's hit. No. Play it this way. Hold on, y'all. Let me have it. We can open it up with something different. I'm done. Wait a minute. Wow. Now, I'm looking at the title. This is how you destroy your marriage and family feud. Now, I forgot who sent me this, but my thing is this. I know people look at it that way, but they're trying to answer for the top questions on the board. Don't mean that they're really doing that. Don't really mean that bad, but
right.
And look, it's number one on the board. It's number one on the board.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think these folks really got divorced, but this is funny. Now, I know this is not one of your shows that was on because it was here in the U.S. For the folks that don't know, she's at one in Canada. I know you've heard some answers like this.
Yes.
Did y'all just crack up in the back while these answers was going on?
Oh yeah, like sometimes we're like in tears laughing. Like when you see all of that unfold like live, it's like next level. Like it comes across funny, of course, on TV, but it's even funnier in person, especially live audience and like literally the studio's shaking of laughter. Yeah.
And that's what I was about to ask. I wish I was just a fly on the wall when all was going on. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. Somebody sitting here, don't stop it. Keep going. Okay, I'll keep going. I gotta stop it to get a reaction. I hit the button. Wow.
Wow. Yep. Well, you know what? When you're on the show, you have to remember that this isn't a trivia game show. It is a show that is based off of survey questions that the general public answers. So the best play the game, if you're not, speaking from experience, is just thinking, what would majority of people say? So when those answers come to mind, sometimes they're coming from experience, but other times you're just trying to think of not what you would say, but what would majority say. So a lot of those answers sometimes happen because, that's the way to play the game. You're not trying to overthink it. It's not about coming up with the smartest answer, the most, trying to like think about like, oh, like what other people would think if I said this answer. Like, no, you're trying to like win the money. So, on the show, like the best way to play the game is just like literally like no shame, just like whatever your answer is, just own it, say it loud, say it proud. And, a lot of times the people who are just there to have fun and don't think too deep into it, like, end up, creating the best episodes and sometimes even like winning, the prize money.
Right. That's what it's about, y'all.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know it would be nice to find out like what the actual percentage of people that were just showcased there actually are divorced. Cause I doubt that, they all are. I'm sure like there isn't an understanding, but in the heat of the moment, like, I'm sure that, some of them would have been pissed by their answers, but that's what you signed up for, right?
Well, you're playing the game. That's what it's about.
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
That's right. Well, I'm gonna keep going for a few more. You hit the button. Well, he tried to play to win. I can't be mad at him. But I gotta be glad I see the building. Shout out to Cruz and Cam in the building as well. But shout out to our guests that's in the building, the Casting Don in the building, Family Feud Canada, and also worked on Black Ink New York as well. Hit the button. And we're gonna speak it in the atmosphere. Next thing you know, she's gonna be nominated for Eddie. Yes, we're gonna speak in atmosphere. Hit the button. So definitely want to say thanks for coming through. Like I said, I was trying to pull up one on from Canada, but it just wasn't as funny as this one.
I think the one that went most viral in Canada was name Popeye's favorite food.
Name Popeye, and they didn't name spinach?
Yeah, but the girl said chicken.
Bruh.
Bruh. And then she went back to her family, and her family was just like, are you kidding me? And then the other guy got to answer, and he like with all his might was like spinach. And obviously spinach was the answer. But fun fact, that went viral. Like she did a bunch of interviews in Canada and the US. Like literally it was like everywhere. And then Popeyes actually reached out to her, and her family didn't win, obviously, because the other team won. And they wrote her a check for like $10,000 worth of Popeyes chicken. Like, oh, your answer, they said something like your answer wasn't right on the show, but it was like our number one answer. So like, here's $10,000 worth of Popeyes chicken. And that was just a fun story to tell. But being in the studio when that moment happened, oh my God, literally we were in tears laughing.
I bet y'all was. You know what? A lot of that sometimes be people in the heat of the moment. And they don't take first thing come to their mind and just blurt it out.
I would encourage you guys to actually just go on YouTube and type like Family Feud Canada chicken answer and watch it. It's really funny.
Oh, we're gonna do that. Y'all after the show, please go do that, and then I'm gonna repost it on IG and tag you in it to put it up. I wish I found that ahead of time. Shout out to everybody in the building.
On that note, like when you do watch that, I'll give you like some behind the scenes info. So actually, this was a sudden death question, okay? So like, this is the question that determined it all. But both of these is, player 5 of each team goes to sudden death. And that must have been maybe like the 6th, 7th, or 8th time we had to do sudden death over, because both times they went up, a question was asked and they both gave like really bad answers, and they weren't on the board. So like there's nothing you can do but like pull another sudden death question, reset, and have them come again. But they did that probably at least 6 times. So there is also, after you watch the viral moment, go and watch the reel of all of those moments. It's kind of like the blooper reel.
Oh, I'm gonna go find that. Shout out everybody in the building. Make sure y'all go find that. And shout out to Cass and Don in the building. Taking time out of your busy schedules. Like I said, today was about giving your flowers, your accolades, you just do for what you do and all the things you're doing behind the scenes, and let people know out here that you out here doing the daggone thing. You know, climb the ladder and you got more dreams and more of everything you get ready to do. And we're gonna follow the journey. I know I am, and I know other people in here that support me as well with that follow journey. Her link is in the description for her Instagram. Y'all please go check it out. And please check out on Instagram the link she got for the Family Feud. New York, I was watching that, and my family in Canada is still trying to get on Family Feud. They've been trying for the last 3 years. Tell them don't give up, keep trying.
Don't give up. Please submit an application. The good thing about the show is like if you do, submit an application, we will consider your family even like years later. It's just kind of one of those things. There's only so many spots, but hit me up in the DMs on Instagram. I'm curious which family that is, and I'll kind of pull up their profile. But I'm now casting families across Canada, so I know, we're mainly in the US right now. But if y'all have friends or family members in Canada, let them know to apply now. It's all virtual, and families in Canada can win up to $30,000.
Oh my God!
Untaxed.
And it's untaxed.
Oh my God!
I didn't move. We need to go to Canada for about 6 months, develop residency, and then we can get on. Did you right?
No, for sure. The thing is if you're not from Toronto, you live outside of Ontario, which is where Toronto is located. In the US, y'all have states. In Canada, we have provinces. We actually will fly families out. We take care of flights and hotel and all of that. So no matter where in Canada you are, we'll make sure that, if you do well on your auditions, we will bring you to Toronto where we film season 5 of Family Feud Canada.
That's what's up. Shout out my folks that's all in Canada. I know I'm not going to name everybody that's out there because I know I'm going to miss somebody. But you also have something interesting that happened while you were coming up in Canada. You went to school with somebody that we know.
I did.
I didn't know if you want to reveal that information on here, but
No, I went to the same high school that Drake went to. Aubrey Graham, shout out Aubrey. We weren't in the same program or anything, but we definitely went to school like the same year. He was actually in a special program that was designed for students who had extracurricular activities, like some sort of like commitment outside of school that just took over their schedule. So if you were an athlete or an actor, you were in this program called Interact. They actually like had their own hallway and everything. So I remember first day of school, a bunch of people like ran into the class and they're like, "Oh my gosh, we saw." At the time, he was only known as like the character from Degrassi.
Yep.
Yeah, he's like the guy in the wheelchair on Degrassi. Like, we saw him. Like, he goes to our school. So yeah, that was just kind of pre-Drake days. That's when he was known as Aubrey Graham. So yeah, fun fact.
Hey, but that's what's up. Once again, shout out to Drake. I remember meeting him before he became big when he was with Jay Prince's son. And also shout out to Justin Bieber. Remember meeting him before he is now. Shout out to everybody that's out in Canada. Shout out to my folks in Canada also made this merch for me back a couple of years ago. Shout out to you. Shout out to Don that's out there as well. Love y'all to death. Until then, make sure y'all please check out everything on the platform. Shout out Michelle with $3 super chat. Hit the button for
New York in your city, New York in your city, New York in your city.
But make sure that y'all are following, should I say, supporting the Cast and Don. Link is in the description. And I want to also leave our podcast saying this. Salute to all my veteran active military in the building. Salute to y'all. And for those that are in Canada and for those that are also all over the world, hit the button. And also congratulations to the Admiral. He just wants to go to Admiral. He's retiring the end of this month. He said 32 years in the Marine Corps. And I said, salute to you, bro. Salute. He retired actually the day after he went in. He said because the day when it was on a Sunday, so he's retiring that Monday. Also, I want to say this as well. Y'all starting to get hot. Please make sure that you stay hydrated, especially when you're out and about. Please make sure you stay hydrated and that you're eating the right foods and that you're washing your hands because there's a time when stuff can get contaminated out here, especially with this heat and transferring the food everywhere. And also, please reach out to people and reach out to for a while. Y'all know how I feel about that. Shout out to my guy that you see above Casting Don. Everybody in here knows him. I know she doesn't know him. That's our guy, so Mrs. O'Brien K. Preach. For those who don't know, he passed away early. And also shout out to Logic and a few other people that we have lost along the way and people that you have lost. Make sure you reach out to people. Let them know that you love them and care about them because life out here is very short. Very, very short. So make sure that you reach out to people that know that you care about them, that you love them to the moon. And also, Don, is there anything you want to say before we go?
No matter what industry you're in, just make sure that, you take some time to really reflect on what it is you want to accomplish in life and just know that nothing is out of arm's reach. You are more than capable of making your dreams come true. Put your mind to it. It's nothing in this world you can't do. If you really want it bad, you'll make time for it and make it happen.
That's right. On that note, that's how we're going to end this. So then, y'all, I will try to be back here on Thursday. And yes, for folks who have been asking me, I'm bringing back the ladies' night. I'm bringing back the round table. Took a little break on that because I was doing some other things, trying to get some other things going. But I will be bringing that back. Shout out to Mr. Lulu. Shout out to Rude Girl. I'm going to have them come back on. A few others come back on for that. And okay, bro, I've seen the information. You've been asking me for that flyer for a minute now. I'll make sure I send it to you right after this. Until then, y'all, please be safe out here. I will see y'all right here on Thursday, right here on the podcast. So then, y'all have a good night. And for those that are in Japan, I see y'all in the building. Y'all have a good morning because I know it's 8:30 in the morning there. Y'all ready to go to work. So then I will catch y'all. Peace. DJ, hit the button.
York in your city, New York in your city, New York in your city. Hell yeah, he got them whips. Yeah.
Make sure y'all subscribe to my boy New York.
New York in your city, New York in your city, New York in your city.
It's showtime.